Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, we've got some Doctor Who drama. It's kind of interesting. I heard that they were going to do a third season, that Shooty had, somewhere, he had confirmed that they were going to be shooting early next year, and so they're going to be doing a third season. And people were all excited and happy. And apparently this came from the Greg Norton show, whatever his name is. Graham Norton. Is it Graham Norton? The Chatty Man. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, didn't think twice about it. And then he appears on the show, and apparently he doesn't say it. And then everyone's all freaking out because he didn't say it. It's not there. The quote's not there. What happened? Did they make it up? Did they lie? Did they edit it out? And everyone's all a dither. And I'm like, okay, let's think about this for a minute. Shooty's an actor. They need him to be free when they are going to film the series. So producers, they're not, they would tell an actor, you need to be free between like February and March to film this show with us, even if they didn't have it greenlit, even if they didn't have a budget, even if they didn't have anything in place, because they want him to be free when they know they're going to be free. Now, if their funding falls out and they don't, go forward, they don't care that he's sitting there with 3 months free that he could have been filming another film or another TV series. So I think he's been told, yes, Shooty, we're coming back for a third season, make sure you're available these dates. And he's like, cool. And he's telling people, yep, season 3 is happening, and nothing is set. That's what I think has happened. And that's why, and I do think he said it, because there must be audience members who heard it who can confirm this. So I don't believe the people who quoted him would have made it up. And they've edited out because it hasn't been confirmed. And it's probably not as evil as that. I think what's also happened is the BBC is like, obviously they've got two plans. They've got, okay, going forward with Disney, going forward without Disney. And both probably involve shooting the third season in the same time period, and that's why they've told Shooty, okay, be free these months. And he's like, right, season's going ahead. Even though it hasn't been greenlit, nothing's official, and they don't know who's funding it or how they're doing it. That's what I think's happening. So a lot of people are speculating. Some people are saying, oh, they made it up for because the fans want to hear it, blah, blah. And other people are saying, he said it, they've cut it, but why? Because they just don't want people to know they're going forward with the series. At the moment, why would they, unless they still hadn't sorted out the finances with Disney? Because people are saying, look, Doctor Who it makes a lot of money for BBC. They're not going to stop making it. But at the same time, they can't really afford to fund it because they're out of money because, as far as I know, the last government was very anti-BBC, and they don't want, because the way the BBC works is it's paid for by the public and then it is made for everyone. So it's not just a popularist thing where they just make, the dumbest, most popular show for the dumbest, most popular segment of the population. They actually make programs for everyone, all the ethnicities, all the interests. And that's like our ABC and SBS is sort of like that in Australia. And it's very necessary. They are needed. And the idea that they're going to come in and commercialise a show and then it's only what's most popular, which is what the dumbest mass, likes, that would be, absolutely devastating to the culture of Britain. So I don't think the BBC is really going anywhere because I think the government just shifted or something. I don't know what's happening. It's funny, I don't know what's happening in Britain. I know everything about what's happening in America, but I know nothing about what's happening in Britain. But, so either way, in theory, they're going to find the money to make the show to keep making money from it, but they're probably going to go back to really, really super cheap budgets in order to survive, because if they can't get funding from someone else, they can't afford to make it, certainly on the new Disney level, but I think it was getting hard to make it even at the level they were before. So that's what I think. I think the series is planned to go ahead with or without Disney, but I don't think Disney wants to play because I think they would have confirmed something by now. I don't know if they're holding out to lowball for contracts or they're trying to get a small license fee or whatever. Politics, studios, money. I mean, God, until they actually, greenlit. Because, someone was pointing out the difference between something being in production and something being, what was the term they used? Not planned. It was I can't talk my mouth straight. A specific terminology people were using in development. In development could mean anything. It could mean they've hired like a script assistant to edit some old scripts that were written from the season before. It could mean full-on planning of the season. But until they're actually paying and hiring people to show up in a particular time period, and they've actually been given money by the studio to go out and pay people to show up and do things, it's not in production, it's not greenlit. And a lot of people talk about, oh, we've got it in development. That could mean anything. That could mean you are merely thinking about doing it. So I think the Series 3 is definitely in development, and they've planned out what they're going to do with or without Disney, and Ncuti knows about that because they need him to be free. And they're not going to care about inconveniencing him if it falls through. So I think it's true. I think he said it. I think they edited it out because it's not a plan, or they don't want to scare Disney. They don't want to startle Disney because Disney's sort of on the fence or something at the moment, I think is what's happening. But I've been talking for over 5 minutes about nothing. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Ncuti's comments and what's happening at the BBC.